Okay, welcome to the VoD Commissioners session. My name's Jesse Whittock. Next up joining me on stage is Mevelyn Noriega. She's a senior executive at Splash Entertainment in Kabillion. There you go.
Thank you.
So, Mevelyn, let's talk about Kabillion, which some in the room will be familiar with and some won't be. It's a slightly different proposition to some of the other services that we're talking about today.
Right.
How would you describe Kabillion to the lay public?
Well, first of all, Kabillion is owned by Splash Entertainment, which is a production distribution company owned by Mike Young, which many of you may or may not know. He's the creator and producer of Stupid Ted, which is iconic here in the UK. Kabillion is a free video on demand channel. We have two channels. We have Kabillion and Kabillion Girls Rule. And we are a free video on demand, like I said, and we work on an ad revenue basis. It's a diving platform for IPs that are unknown in the US. And we build brands, basically, build awareness, and sometimes such awareness allows those properties to go on to bigger platforms. Sometimes the major 3 networks, which everybody knows, and sometimes we get them on to the dish networks, Hulu, Amazon, whatnot. I have a trailer that I can show you to see how it works.
Let's take a look.
And then we can take it from there.
Kabillion and Kabillion Girls Rule are the ultimate destination for kids.
Transform and roll out!
With 2 on-demand networks available 24/7 in over 60 million households and your favorite connected devices.
You people got a problem with that?
We offer original and fan-favorite animated shows while providing today's time-shifted audiences the ability to watch it when they want.
Finally!
Our content is squarely aimed at kids in the 6 to 12 age group and their families. Our rich content keeps our viewers coming back for more.
You're catching on, pal.
With loads of great animated series.
What are we waiting for? Let's go!
Kabillion and Kabillion Girls Rule. Television for today's kids.
So we're available in 60 million homes across the U.S. The U.S. television market in the U.S. is dominated basically by 7 companies: Viacom, Walt Disney, Comcast, the BBC, Time Warner, and Hasbro, and Kabillion, which we are very proud of. We are available on Amazon TV, Amazon Fire, Roku TV. We're also on Amazon Prime, Dish, Hulu, Sling. We're also on VoD, which is a competitor of Amazon Prime. It's owned by Walmart. And then we're also on all the social media networks. A case study is how Kabillion works is Wendy. Wendy is a property that was unknown to the US. We started to market Wendy with tune-in promotions on all our top shows. We also had on-screen announcements on the top shows that we had on Kabillion. We had advertisement spots on Amazon and Hulu. And then we also used social media to market the property. We initially launched Wendy in June of 2014 with roughly under 200,000 views. By 2015 and 2016, we were up to 1 million views, and in 2017, we're estimating to be at 2.3 views, roughly. And most importantly, by 2016, we were already on Hulu, Amazon, and Dish.
And Dish is the major satellite pay TV
exactly.
network. Yeah.
And what we do is we have third-party reportings, and we're able to show these to the partners, and that's what the partners want to see. So they can see that there are actual views, and that is what gets us to become able to get these partnerships. Most importantly for the IP owners is that we are able to grow revenue. So in 2015, roughly, we had about 20,000 gross to share with the partners. In 2016, we were up to 100,000. And in 2017, we're forecasting that to be much, much higher.
So you're looking to take projects and package them effectively for the US. So you're effectively, the pitch is your international project could become a hit in the US. You're a middleman for that.
We just started launching Kabillion in Espanol 3 months ago. So now when we look to acquire property, we're actually asking for both English and Spanish. And we're looking to extend into Latin America. So we're looking to acquire both U.S. and Latin American rights.
Okay, and all deals work on
the audiovisual rights in terms of digital and TV.
And do you need any brand extensions to those shows, or is it really just marketing the TV show?
It's just really marketing. Happy to work beyond that if that's what the producer partner wants, but for the most part.
Okay, and the Splash Entertainment side is entirely separate. That's a production
Splash
entity.
Completely separate. We work in conjunction with that. The channel was started basically in 2007 as a result of, like I said, the U.S. is a very hard market to get into. Some of our shows weren't on the U.S. market, so we needed a place to show our shows, and that's how it started. So some of our shows are on the platform, some are not. So I work for both.
Right. Many people you talk to will really, when they think of VoD commissioning, the kind of buzzword is the SVoD platforms, I guess, the Netflixes and the Amazons. You're working in the AVOD space alongside the likes of YouTube. What are the fundamental differences about the way you approach it to the way they work?
So what we do is when we acquire property, we also talk to the partners, and we want to retain exclusivity for your partner. So with Wendy, we did have, such was the case that Kabillion, when we started to broadcast Wendy, we only broadcast like 3 or 4 episodes. So when Dish took it, they were still exclusive in that they still had 21 episodes that were exclusive, whereas an SVOD partner would want the exclusivity. So I think that's the fundamental difference. And we can coexist as well, depending on who the partner is. Nowadays, I think more and more the SVOD partnerships want exclusivity, where we don't need that at all.
Okay, so really you're just looking for US and potentially Latin American.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I guess another in the US is very difficult to cut through when you have such big players. Nickelodeon, Cartoon, and Disney are so strong there. Netflix increasingly, is eating into their shares. So what constitutes a success for you guys? And you mentioned you have stats that you can prove to networks that it works. So how does that actually manifest?
It's all about the views, and at the end of the day, it becomes all about the revenue that we can actually share with the partner. So our stats allows us to actually share views to the partner on a monthly basis. We get reporting on a quarterly basis, but everything is disseminated on a monthly basis. And the ad dollars that we actually share with the partner is really what it comes down to. They can actually see, like I said, Wendy is a phenomenal case where last year we were at 100,000, which is, I would say, a really good case,
Yeah, and Masha and the Bear's done fantastically as well, I understand.
Masha and the Bear, unfortunately for us, we started with Masha and the Bear when Masha and the Bear was not as popular as it is now. I wish it was. We had Masha and the Bear when Masha and the Bear was unknown. But sometimes it's all about timing.
Yeah.
Everything's about timing in this industry. When we had Masha and the Bear, it was not even half a season, and we tried it for a bit. It just didn't work. It didn't find its audience. They took it off the air and then completed the season, and then it became a big hit. And we lost it.
But next one will be a success,
yes,
hopefully.
Exactly.
Round of applause for Evelyn, please. Thanks very much.